race fans, are you ready? You wanted the best, you've got them four abreast. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series.
Welcome back, race fans, to another episode of the Race Ready Media Podcast. I'm your host, Hunter. I got Dev and Weston with me. And before I introduce them today, I've got to make a big announcement for the podcast. So coming up with this episode and from here on out, we're going to be not moving everything, but you'll have an opportunity to listen to it on Apple Podcast as well as potentially SoundCloud, depending on if I upload it on SoundCloud. But it'll still be under Race Ready Media and Race Ready Media Podcast. Yes, claps up. Still be under Race Ready Media and Race Ready Media Podcast. So that's really a big announcement for this week. Well, we got a bigger one coming up, but we'll save that for a little bit. But first off, let's introduce Dev. What's up, buddy? How was your week?
Pretty so far it's been pretty long, and it's only Tuesday, so I'm a little worried about the after Wednesday of what it's going to look like. But other than that, it's gone pretty good this weekend. Watched actually quite a bit of racing for once, so I think I'm ready for tonight for this podcast.
Good deal.
Sporting the Hawkeye hat, Big Ten champions in the men's and women's basketball.
There you go.
I don't remember when the last time that happened in Big Ten play, but it's been a little while, and so it's March, baby. So we're getting ready.
March Madness, baby. All right, Weston, what's up, buddy? How have you been?
Busy. We opened a new rally house at the OKC outlets. So if you're ever in the outlets and need some sports apparel, come see me. And then got to watch a lot of racing this weekend. Finally, feels like it's been a while since I've just gotten to sit down and watch racing. But watch the Outlaws. It helps that they're on the West Coast too. So, but yeah, watch the Outlaws. Watched a lot of drivers, or watched 3 or 4 episodes of the F1 Netflix show, and then kind of just was peeking at some of the other stuff that was going on, like Supercross and NASCAR. But overall, it's been pretty good.
Good deal. Yeah, I watched. Unfortunately, I got to watch a little bit of racing, but I was watching my brother all weekend. He was in the playoffs, and unfortunately, they were knocked out in round 1. So, unfortunate that their season came to an end after a bunch of political things. It's hard to play in that environment, and it's just how it goes, man. But it was a great season for him, great season for the boys. Unfortunately, their team is folding after this year, so they're gonna have to move on to greener pastures. Hopefully my brother can get a look at maybe the NA or something. But
didn't it happen to him last year where he was on a team and they folded after that year? Or was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah. But that was when the whole league folded.
Oh.
Yes. So, but yeah. So watched some hockey. Got to watch a little bit of racing, and I watched a few. I started the F1 series today, and I'm hooked. I want to watch every episode now. I'm gonna go back and rewatch season 1 through 3. And but that'll lead me into the first topic of today. Bahrain on Sunday. Bahrain should be. So it's practice Friday, qualifying Saturday, same format, right? Race Sunday.
Race Sunday. Yep.
Yeah. So I think they'll start practice actually tomorrow, and then they have another practice session Thursday, and then qualify Friday, and then a practice session Saturday, I believe.
Okay.
That's why I broke out the Lotus F1 hat.
Yeah, go Kimi Räikkönen.
Go Kimi.
I
miss him.
Isn't he the one that crashed and then walked onto his yacht?
Yes, that's Kimi.
I love that guy. That's a good guy.
That's baller.
That's baller status.
But that's whenever he was with. That's when he was with McLaren, Hunter.
Oh, nice.
Your new favorite.
I am a new fan of the sport, but I'm hooked. I cannot wait to follow. I'll get up early on Sundays and watch some F1. I cannot wait to watch my first full F1 race. I'm super pumped about it.
Surprisingly go super quick.
Really?
Because there's no yellows.
Oh, that's good.
So they just start clicking the laps
But that's
off.
but they use safety car, right? Stuff like that.
It's not like let's bunch the field up, everybody make a pit stop.
It's just slow down for a second and then go.
Yeah, they'll either just close that portion of the track under yellow, or you'll see the safety car come out and they kind of all bunch back up and then it's once the accident's cleared, it's I mean, they're going again. So
Yeah, I was watching Drive to Survive and the English Grand Prix whenever Verstappen and Hamilton. Everyone says Hamilton took him out, and I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell personally. I mean, Dev made a
He
good
took
point.
him out.
Okay, well he took him out, whatever. But Dev made a good point. There's no real racing accidents, at this level, which I can completely agree with. So I mean, there was some sense of control there in what he was doing, but they actually postponed the race to clean everything up, and then they restarted them at the start finish line again. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't
so
know they did that.
they red
with
flagged
red,
it.
yeah, with red flags in F1, they just restart the whole race like from a standing start again.
But like from where you were at on the like when the red flag
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
out.
So if you're
Yeah.
third, like you'll be third on the grid.
Okay, and then it's just like a complete restart
just-
from like lap 19 or whatever they were on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. New to this,
Dude,
new to the sport.
Verstappen hit hard
Dude,
in that wreck.
it was kind of like scary hearing like the in car where he was just like, oh, I was like, is he like alive? Like, is he
Yeah.
okay? Like, obviously he was because he ended up winning the world championship, but yeah, no, that's just a scary wreck.
Speaking of that, he's going to be number 1 this year, isn't he? Instead of
Yep.
the number 33. That's what I thought.
Yep. He busted out the number 1.
I love that. Hamilton was too. Hamilton didn't do it for some reason, but I like that Max is bringing it back.
So Hamilton said that he never did because like I don't remember really how he worded it, but it's kind of like, I mean, like, yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but I mean, those guys at that level, they don't really feel pressure anymore. Like they've been there and done it. So
Hamilton's literally won 100 races.
Yeah. And it was something kind of like, man, I really don't remember. I'd have to look it up again, but
it was a long time ago whenever because he won that first world championship with Mercedes in 2014, and he didn't take it for the next season for some reason, for some weird reason.
I think it's because he doesn't want to be like labeled like every year is a new year. So like he was last year's champion, but this year is like a new year. Like he still needs to go out and perform and to become the champion again. So I think that's kind of along the lines of what he was getting at when he said it. But I seriously have to look it up again. Like, yeah, because it's been a while since he quoted it.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so you're only allowed to run the number 1 if you won the year before, is that?
It's a tradition. It's a tradition in open wheel racing to run the number 1 like the year like the champion runs the number 1 like the next year. So like that's why Robert Ballou did it whenever he won USAC. That's why
CJ did it. But then he lost that ride.
Well,
that's right.
Well, do you guys remember NMMA when it was around? Dev, I don't know if I Weston, do you remember NMMA? That's what my dad used to run with the micros. It was almost like now 600, except it was a bigger deal. And like more people like took it seriously, and points were kept all over the country, so like I don't even it's basically like now 600, except you would keep
national.
Yeah, basically
really national.
Yeah, like really national points, but
yeah,
but they reserved, so the top 10 numbers, so 1 through 10 was reserved for the top 10 finishers in overall points. So like my dad was 7 one year, 3 and something else. But never the 1, unfortunately. But yeah, that's where I thought they like reserved those numbers. So I was
see they used to do that, but now like I don't know what year it was they changed it, but like they changed it to where you could you just like choose your like FIA like gives you like your license, and you just put that number down, and that's your number for any FIA race you run. So Lewis chose 44, Max was 33, Danny Rick's been 3.
Do you know why he picks 3?
For Dale?
Yeah, literally. Like
actually
Dale Earnhardt was like his biggest idol for
That's
some
awesome.
like crazy because he's from Australia, so like NASCAR is not big at all down there. They have that whatever McLaughlin came from. Yeah,
V8 supercars is what they have. So he was he went to Texas a couple years ago during Dale Jr.'s like final year, and he did a helmet swap with him. So he did a helmet swap with Dale Jr.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
That's cool. When are we gonna jersey swap?
We don't have any jerseys.
I was gonna say like T-shirts, like. No, I'm
We'll
kidding.
we'll do it in after a night in Dingus, game worn.
No, we need to do it after the golf tournament.
Oh
We
God.
switch polos.
Oh God, no! I don't want your sweaty polos.
Oh man, I'm coming for that title this year.
Yeah, no.
Probably not, but it's not guaranteed you get Renfro again. So
If I get Renfro again, that's a guaranteed W.
I mean,
I don't know, man.
Me and Dev are gonna play a lot this summer. I know that, so we might get pretty good.
I'm just gonna come in there raw dogging it again,
That's
and
fine.
just hopefully just make one par putt.
Hey, you had one, and that's all you needed.
I contributed to the team.
Exactly. That's all you got to do. But
Anyway, so
but yeah,
yes,
so that was
go Formula One.
Yeah, go Formula One. So we covered Bahrain there and a little bit of Drive to Survive, which can't wait to watch more episodes of that, so we could talk about it more. Transition over to Indy Cars. They're in Texas this week, right? That was what you said.
Texas.
They're in Texas.
That's gonna be one hell of a show. They always fly around that place, man. Like, there was one
I
year.
was gonna say, weren't there some years that people got hurt though? Like some guy like died?
Yeah, it was Connor Daly, I think.
So yeah, Connor Daly flipped there, but I was
slid head first into the safer barrier, but luckily he didn't actually his head actually didn't hit the wall. I was at that race too, dude, because I saw it, and I obviously you see somebody in an Indy car slide into the wall head first like that, you're like especially at
that time.
Yeah, because there was no
they didn't have the visor or the halo.
Yeah, so you automatically kind of think of the worst, and they yellowed the race to clean all that up, and then unfortunately it started downpouring, and this was they were supposed to race it Saturday afternoon into Saturday night, and it rained out, so they postponed it to Sunday.
Of course.
That wreck happened
Literally at the start of the race.
Yeah, it was literally like 20 laps in.
Oh.
Yeah,
and it rained again because they took them a while to clean it up. I mean, it would have happened then, or it would have happened on lap 100. I mean, it doesn't matter. So
yeah,
but yeah, so they canceled it again,
and then they didn't come back till August.
And that was like the closest finish in Texas IndyCar, like Texas Motor Speedway IndyCar Series history. Like
Ray Hall got by Hinch on like the last lap. I remember being pissed about that because I'm a big Hinchcliffe guy.
They change leads like 3 or 4 times in the last 2 laps.
Yeah.
Hunter, I'll have to look up the closing laps of that race and send it to you, dude. Like it's jaw dropping.
It was sick, but
I bet it was.
So I was reading, or I was just on Twitter, and I saw that Renus VK. He drives I think he drives the 21 car, if I'm not mistaken. But he said that blood vessels in his eye, in his right eye, popped from the G-forces testing there the other day.
Dang.
So
they fly around that place.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah,
but
that's probably other than Indy, that's like really like the only true oval race they go to. Like that's not a short track.
Do they go to Iowa still?
They go to Iowa still, but that's a short track, so they don't run like they run a different wing configuration on them.
Okay.
And they do that at St. Louis too. But this is like the Indianapolis aero package that they run at Texas.
That's good. Yeah, so, I've taken a few laps around Texas and IndyCar on iRacing, so that was fun.
I'm sure it compares.
No, not one bit. Not one bit.
The only difference is it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, right. That's
true.
I have a video of me. It was one of the first days I had iRacing. I was running the Delaras at Texas, and I was just minding my own business, and and I see the guy coming, and I go up, and the guy still somehow manages to just and I it was bad, but pissed me off, but it's whatever. But
all right, well, speaking of NASCAR tracks, NASCAR.
Yeah, NASCAR. Where are they at, Weston?
They are at Atlanta, and Atlanta is basically a 1.5 mile super speedway now, apparently, because they just repaved it, and they put it's got a lot more banking now than it used to. But I they've completely ruined Atlanta basically from what it was.
1.5 miles.
It's a cookie cutter track, but it's got bigger banking now.
Hmm.
So
you don't think it'll make better racing with it being higher banked?
no,
Really?
I say if they would have given it one more year on the pavement that they had, and I mean hindsight's always 2020, but after seeing what we got at California, I would have thought that if they raced on the surface they had last year with this year's car, it would have made a great race. Because the old Atlanta track was worn out, and I mean they can move around, and this is the perfect car to do that.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have restrictor plates in them, and they're having a double yellow line rule. So I don't know how good of a race is gonna be. It might be a kind of a snooze fest.
Restrictor plate in.
What's a double yellow line rule?
So the double yellow line rule is what they have at Dega and Daytona. So if you go below that yellow line, like to pass someone, then you'll get a black flag, and you'll have to just get the position back. But they don't do that at any other track except Daytona, Talladega, and now Atlanta apparently.
Because they're super speedways.
It's
Yes.
Well, but like what
Atlanta's not a super speedway, but it's just they upped the banking on it, so it's like got super speedway style banking. But
So we haven't even ran a car there yet because they just finished, and we're already going to say like, oh, they're probably going to hit 200.
they tested there, so
They did.
test there in like January, but like it was very like under the radar. Like I just happened to find it and like did a little research on it, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a good NASCAR race this weekend, just because any repaved track isn't good. But speedway, like the people that own Atlanta tend to really, really, really screw up racetracks when they like try and like reinvent the wheel, because they destroyed Texas whenever they like knocked the banking down in 1 and 2. They ruined Kentucky, even though Kentucky was awful to begin with. They almost ruined Bristol, and now I think they just ruined Atlanta. But I digress.
Speaking of Bristol, are the Outlaws going back to Bristol?
Yes.
Think so.
Yes,
They
yes.
Put the dirt down.
It's 25,000. It's 25,000 to win.
They're putting dirt back down again.
It's already on there.
already down.
Well then.
You didn't see that video that Pookie sent the other day of the Hornets?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
That's
they
why I wasn't
were
paying attention.
shooting.
That's why I wish I still had my Impala.
They shitting and getting around that place.
Oh my god.
That's cool. Well, I didn't
Probably
know
for
that.
$200 too.
Hey, that's all right. This is their time to shine. They're at Bristol.
That's true.
I would get ignorant if I was in a
I'd
Hornet
get
at Bristol. Are you
shitty
kidding
at
me?
Bristol.
They run them there on the pavement too.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's enter a car.
We
Are you kidding
should.
me? We're taking Devin's car.
All right.
No, I just got a new car. I just got the new Infinity.
Ooh.
Okay, perfect. We'll take that. We'll take the truck. We'll take the Cobalt. We'll take the Infinity.
Well, all three drive there separately, and then we'll just kind of mosey over to the track in the Infinity and just kind of.
I'll work the pedals. Devin can work the wheel. You can be the spotter.
And
It's
Bear's
my
on the-
car.
You're the hockey player here.
Can I put a camera on it?
Yes,
Sure.
you can put a GoPro on there.
Yay. That's what I'm good at. Oh man, so I didn't know that they were going back to Bristol. Are the late models going back to Bristol too?
Yeah,
I would-
everything that went last year is going back there.
How is it not a big process to put dirt down at that place?
I guess it's not.
I mean,
They made it seem like it was last year, and then this year it's like they were done in like 2 months or something.
Well, I mean, you got to think like it's all preset anyways. Like what track you're gonna run. It's not like the Chili Bowl and the Shootout where they have to like draw their lines and shit and like.
Yeah.
So I mean, and have to recreate a track from scratch. You just put clay down or put the dirt down over the asphalt. I mean, so.
I think they
To
put like
each their own.
sawdust or something down.
They
first.
put sawdust to protect the concrete, and then they throw the clay on top of it.
Okay, gotcha.
But I mean, it's
Yeah,
not that
okay.
big of a process now, because I think it went faster now just because
they've already done it.
because they've already done it. Yeah.
Well, that
So-
and wasn't iRacing kind of the holdup last time too, because they were scanning the track and all that
Probably.
Probably. Yeah.
for us iRacing nerds.
Dorks.
So Weston, Dev, which one of you wants to tell us about the shout out we got today on the old Instagram? Who wants to tell it?
Lisa.
Yes. Dev's mom, Miss Lisa French.
Go, Lisa.
She finally got to sit down and watch an episode, and actually that's her helmet back behind Dev to his right. It's pretty cool.
I was wearing her shirt in that episode,
Yeah,
and she noticed.
Yes, and she has agreed she's gonna come on the podcast and do an episode. So that's pretty cool. But that leads me into I'm just gonna drop it in the middle. I'm not gonna wait till the end. I'm gonna guys wait till the end. Drops our biggest news of the day. We got a big interview lined up next week.
Thanks to Tanner.
Thanks to Tanner. Yes, Tanner Creasel.
Yep.
Correct. Okay, Tanner Creasel. Dev, I'm gonna be honest, a little embarrassed, but I don't know how to say his last name.
Stump.
Okay, well, so thanks to Tanner and getting us in contact with Greg Stumpf of Off Axis Painting. Excuse me.
Oh, he's no longer.
He's
coming.
no longer coming. Yes, Greg Stumpf with
You ruined it.
with Off Axis Painting. He has agreed to come on and do an interview with us, which is really cool. He's a full-time helmet painter, and he's done a lot of big name helmets. You can go check him out on Instagram. I'll throw his link down in the description. You can see all the helmets he's done for all NASCAR guys, just a couple other people, and he's actually a spotter for Richard
Childress. Yep.
Racing. Richard Childress Racing.
And he does that part-time. So
part-time.
I don't know really what would consider like part-time, like how many races and stuff like that he does, but he does that on the side. So he seems pretty close with Tyler Reddick, honestly. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's his driver that he spots for on every now and then.
Which maybe we could get Tyler on here. That'd be cool. See if we can get him in touch. That'd be pretty cool.
We can have Tyler talk about how he outran Devin.
How he outran Devin English
what?
Creek.
Hey, do you remember 2006 in August in Knoxville, Iowa?
In Iowa, when you laid your areas on my forehead.
Yeah.
Yes, but very cool. Greg, cannot wait to have you on here. I know you've been watching a couple of the episodes. Greg, we are super excited to have you on here. Cannot
Yay,
wait.
Greg.
Yay, Greg. But yes, the bridge brings me back to another. Didn't get any questions this week for our Q&A, but if you have any questions.
Hang on,
okay.
actually, before we get to the question thing, we need to get back to the NASCAR.
Okay, we'll go back to the question thing. Weston, what's up?
Chase Briscoe.
Good
guy.
Good
Chase
guy,
Briscoe with
dirt
the dub.
guy. Dirt guy.
Good guy with the dub. And he won in
Yes.
Tony's 14 car.
Super cool. Actually, I can't believe I forgot to touch on that. But yeah, very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah. So
that's 3 dirt guys winning in a row.
Yeah, it was Larson, Bowman, then.
So naturally, Reddick
Briscoe.
has to win now.
Naturally. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
That'd be cool.
But yes, good guy Chase Briscoe with the W. Good to see.
Good guy Chase Briscoe with W. He
So
just recently became a father, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Last year.
Congratulations
right?
to him and his wife. If it's a year.
Yes, his wife.
Well, yeah, I know it's his wife, but like I didn't know if you guys knew her name.
I don't know.
But yeah, anyways, I don't know how
That's
new the
that's
baby
also
is,
a-
but whatever.
That's also victory number 2 for the Ross Weiss couch.
As you know,
you know.
Seabell and Chase Briscoe.
And Chase Briscoe. Yes.
Yes, the Ross Weiss couch. That's funny.
Anyway.
But yeah, so still no questions on the Q&A, which we would
Come on, audience.
which we would like to.
There's only like 30 of them.
Yeah, there's not very many right now.
Well, there should be
hopefully.
30. There should be 30 questions.
Yeah. But yeah, so before we get into
So we'll ask each other questions.
yes, we're gonna ask each other questions. One for each of us, just to play around and get you guys started on the questions. Before we get into the what I want to talk about most to Larry.
Go ahead and drop our socials down in the vid.
Okay, well I'll drop Dev's over here, Weston's here. Mine will be somewhere. Maybe I'll put both of them over there, or me here, whatever. I'm not sure. But then also in the description of every video is the Race Ready Media stuff that I manage and everything like that. So you have every way to contact us if you need anything or want to be featured on the podcast, stuff like that. So we're always open to new ideas, new questions, if you...
We're not hard to find.
No, we're not hard to find whatsoever. We're very open with everything. So, but yes, so we're going to start with questions. Does anyone have a question first? Because I've been thinking, honestly, I've been trying to commentate the podcast.
Are we asking for Weston or?
Yes, we'll ask for Weston first. Dev, you got a question for Weston?
Oh, God. I'm scared.
I really don't. I mean, I guess tell us about the time you absolutely killed yourself in that Sawyer. Because this is at Oklahoma City, right? And Troy wasn't even there yet.
Yeah.
You were...
Weston Miller in the 16W, your leader. Now bound challenge from the league. Oh, we got one upside down.
There by yourself.
It was me and T-Fab Tony, thank God. But yeah, so Dad was putting on an event for the bank he was working for at the time. So him and Christy weren't even there yet. So me and Tony just went to the track just thinking, oh, Dad will be there. So it was the last time I ever raced at 44 too. It was championship night at 44. So I always had trouble with that non-wing car, and I don't know why, but we always had issues with it for some reason. It was a cursed car. But I remember it could have been that too. Yeah, I know. Anyway, but I remember that day, I was complaining about our master cylinder, not it was it had a really big air bubble in it. So I would have to pump up the brakes just to get fluid going in it. So I remember telling Tony, I was like, man, this might not be good if I don't have any brakes. He's like, oh, just pump them up in staging, you'll be fine. So I was in staging the whole time, just pumping. So it was a heat race, and I started on the pole. So we fire off. I got a good start, and I was leading, and this was second lap. So I go into the corner to turn, and the whole wheel does a whole 360. So the wheel just spun out of my hands because it just did a whole 360. I was like, oh, that's not good. So I'm going straight, and I smash the brake pedal, and it goes to the floor, and I hit that thing wide open. And dude, I hit that thing wide open. I barrel roll 2 or 3 times, and it does one of those numbers. It lands really hard on the front. And I'm like, oh, it all happened so fast. I was like, dude, what just happened? So I tossed the steering wheel out, and I'm mad, emotions are, I'm mad, I'm like, dude, really, this is going to happen tonight of all nights. So hop out of the thing. I go around to look at the front, and the whole right front wheel, the whole axle and the whole right front wheel bent underneath the frame. So I'll send you the picture, Hunter. So you can
send him the
I'll
picture.
I'll send the picture, and we'll throw it in here.
Yeah,
but
we'll go right.
Yeah. So
there.
So the whole right front wheel is just underneath the car, and the whole right front shock's off the thing. The left front shock is still on there, but all the
fluids.
shock, all the shock oil came out of it, and the airbag came out of it and stuff like that. So it was just bad. So I get back to the trailer, and
looked like Doc Hudson.
Yeah, so I get back to the trailer, and I'm like, oh, Tony, dude, I don't feel good. So, and I remember and I still had an A-class heat to run too, because I had my A-class car there too. And right before I got in the A-class car, I threw up outside the trailer, but then got in the A-class car, went out, ran second in that heat. And then first lap of the A-class A, some guy missed the corner and just ran into me and broke the right front shock off. And then we didn't finish that night either. So it was a bad day. Bad night. But the best part is me and Tony, they dropped the car down. We're like, well, we can't really do anything with it right now. We'll just leave it there. And we just went up to the top and watched the rest of the non-wing heat races. And we come back down, and you just see Dad just staring at the thing, and he's like, "What did you do?" I'm like, I was like, "Hey man, I can explain."
It's more what didn't you do?
I would have paid money to see Troy's face looking at that car.
Yeah, oh my God, dude, it was a mess.
That's
but
awesome.
Anywho, Anywho,
That's awesome.
but yeah. So Devin, tell us about the tell us about our golf game whenever we were in Knoxville.
Oh boy.
Oh, I wasn't. I was
Uh,
okay. So hold on, a little backstory
So-
before he tells this. I
Yeah.
wasn't grouped with these two. I was in another group. So this is gonna be a surprise to me, even.
So it was me and Renfro, and then Devin, and you were with Trevor, weren't you?
Trevor Casey.
So Trevor Casey teed off on hole 1, by the way, with
So,
Simpson
okay,
racing glove
Simpson
on.
race gloves on.
So we're all
Yes.
like somewhat trying to take this serious because like I mean Hunter and I put some
100%.
money
Yeah,
in
we were.
the trophies and
Me.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we drew for partners and I got paired up with Trevor and I'm like, dude, do you play golf? And he's like, yeah, like I'm not terrible, but I'm not the best. I'm like, well shit, like I'm not very good either, but I'm not horrible. And I'm like, screw it, like we'll just go have fun. And so we show up to the first tee and I think Renfro teed off and then you teed off and then
I didn't have a good tee off. I know that.
and then
No,
I
yours went
went
like the street.
I
I almost
went
hit a car.
Mhm.
so I went and teed off and then so now it's up to Trevor and which I didn't do a terrible shot, but I'm like, it could be better. So I'm like, hey dude, just focus up, just if you put it further than mine, we'll just take yours. And he's like, all right. I turn around, everyone's laughing. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And this goofy bastard is on the tee box with a blue Simpson racing glove. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? He's like, well, this is my golf club. I'm like, the fuck it is, dude. Like, what are you doing? And he actually ripped it too. Like, it was not a bad drive. We get in the golf cart. And he's like, that wasn't bad, huh? I'm like, no, dude, that was good. And then he takes the glove off. He's like, I ain't playing with this shit on. Like, my hand's already sweating.
Oh my god, it was so funny.
Oh, dude, it was a good time. Me and him, I think, chased our golf ball around the green all day, and it was just a lot of fun. I can't wait for this August. Do it again. So
Yeah, it's gonna
we
be
need
fun.
we need to get a game together, or like we all need to go together sometime, like before Knoxville.
Yeah, 100% we do. Just get like a round in before Knoxville. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned for August, where hopefully I'm gonna have a nice little video of everybody. You know, at least a little vlog of it, if you will. But I'm hopefully gonna have a lot of GoPros on, like a GoPro on each golf cart, so that way you can see what's going on, and maybe I'll have some external cameras out so you guys can see some shots. But it should be fun. Hopefully you guys can.
I'll bring like I'll bring the chest thing because I have one of those.
Oh, the chest
We
mount.
get yeah.
Should I get a head mount like for like my
Yes.
hat? Okay, yeah, I'll do that just for you guys, just for the
How
for
to
the
suck
fans.
how to suck at golf POV.
How to suck at golf, the POV.
Yes.
But all right, Weston, I've got a question for you. It actually pertains to Knoxville.
Oh God.
No, it's not bad. What?
Okay, well.
Okay. Well, so what is like the best memory you have at Knoxville?
Oh.
Like, I know you don't remember a lot, but
Uh, wow, that's a good question. Probably getting to race at Oski would be my best memory. Just because I mean
that's not Knoxville, dog. That's Oski.
well, it's
that
same
it's Knoxville.
thing.
It's Knoxville week. It's close enough.
Yeah.
But
Oh, it's
But-
not.
it's the same difference, Devin. But
Leave him alone, Dev.
but yeah, so probably like my favorite Knoxville memory would be just having a trailer with my name on it roll through like town during Knoxville Nationals week. Like, yeah, I wasn't racing Knoxville
Right,
Nationals,
but it's so cool.
it's still like a cool visual to have. And you also like you get to race during one of the biggest weeks of the year. So that's
Yeah.
probably my favorite like just memory that I have.
Sentimental.
Probably yeah, just like sentimental moment, like just like because I mean any kid wants to see like just something with their name like roll through Knoxville or have a race car like at the car wash or like it's like little things that you don't think about like that.
Mhm.
But that's probably my favorite one. Now one that I probably don't remember is Devin driving me home from Dingus and we were looking for food. Just
And I told him, so he's staying in Pella, which Pella's like super nice town, but I hate Pella because like that was our high school rival. It's like, dude, we'll just go to Taco Bell. I'm like, bro, that shit's gonna be closed. Like, Pella is like a very upscale town. Like, they're very proper. Like, they close their shit. And he's like, no, dude, it's Taco Bell. They never close. I'm like,
Okay.
all right.
I'm telling the guy from Iowa what's going.
Yeah,
what's
like
going
I've only lived
Yeah.
here for 19 years, bud. Like, let's show me up. So
Well, there was liquor in the system, so obviously my brain.
I'm
The
pretty
lights
sure
were on. Lights were on. No one was home.
I'm pretty sure I even told him like, if there's somebody at Taco Bell, I'll pay for your meal. Like, I was that confident there was nobody there.
Anyway,
Well, I mean that just reminds me of the time when I took you to Pella after Saturday night, which
it was Friday night, and we stole that sign behind you.
yes, we did. We sold this sign right here.
Oh, you guys borrowed it.
We borrowed it. We're taking it back this year, but
But then we're taking it back home.
but
that's
praise,
ours.
praise Jesus, we made it because I was still a little bit tipsy. I was pretty coherent, but I mean I had
Don't admit to drunk driving.
I had alcohol in my system.
We're canceled.
No, this is I wasn't drunk. I'm just saying there was alcohol in my system. So but it was just making me tired.
Okay.
Because after you get across, what's the lake, Dev? What's the lake?
Red Rock.
Where if you get across Red Rock Lake, it is pitch black out in that. You
It's
know,
it's kind of a shit drive.
dude, it was brutal. It was 4 in the morning.
I would rather drive to Pella and back 3 times rather than going to Oskaloosa once.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oski. Oh, I hated driving to Oski when
It's
I went.
literally straight
Oh my
for a
god.
half hour.
Dude, it sucked. Me and Renfro and I think there was one other person there went to Oski one year, and it
It's
sucks
horrible.
so bad.
And then after the races, they have like 9 sheriffs sitting along the highway trying to catch drunk drivers
Yep.
and speeders and stuff like. It's horrible.
Yep, and it always takes forever to get out of Oski's parking lot, anyways. So
Yeah.
Wait, actually, I have a better. Now that I'm thinking about it, so the first time like I actually partied in Knoxville, I went to 3 and 4. Jason Sides offered me a beer. I didn't take it because the cops were standing right there. But it's still one of the cooler.
I think it's the
cool.
third time we told the story on the pod. But yeah, that's it. Just
I don't
pertains-
care.
It just pertains to the
That's Jason
situation.
Sides.
So-
that's pretty awesome.
I got a question for you, Bunter.
What's up, buddy?
Who is the best player that you played hockey against that might be like NHL now or like in the prospect pool or something like that? Like, who is
I can give you one I played with and one I played against. One I played with, actually 2. I played with 2 kids growing up in Oklahoma City. One was Tier Thompson, who plays for the University of Alabama Huntsville Division 1, and then I can't remember what he plays, but his name's Alex Fry, and he plays for the University of Anchorage, Alaska, Division 1. NCAA Division 1. Tier is probably bound for at least like the AHL, maybe gonna get a look in the NHL, and then Alex, I think he'll probably play like East Coast and maybe some AHL. But they were both unreal. Like, dude, stupid good when we were kids. Like, they were just meant to go somewhere. Like, these kids were good. And then I actually played against let's see, when I was up in the Northeast. When I was playing in Boston, I played against. Let's see. There was Noah Hannafin, who plays for the Carolina Hurricanes now, I think. I had a summer skate with Johnny Gaudreau. The Hughes brothers were up there because they were all going. So Jack, Quinn, and Luke, their youngest brother. They were all up there, and then I'm trying to think who else, because this was like within a span of a week, maybe. They were all up there. Maybe the Kachucks were there. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, some okay guys. I mean, Gaudreau's pretty cool to play with.
I mean, they're all in the NHL.
Yeah, they're all in the NHL. So
they're just all right.
Yeah.
Jack plays for New Jersey, doesn't he?
Jack plays for New Jersey. Yes. But yeah,
Look at me knowing hockey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool being able to like play with those guys. Like you don't realize how good like NHLers are, or like kids that are on a path to NHL until you play with them, like, or play against them or something. Like, they're just ridiculously good and like top-notch talent, and it's unbelievable, really. Like, some of the stuff that these kids can do. Wish I could play against Trevor Zegras, honestly. That
Dude,
is.
that
So I have a question for both of you.
All right.
So what's it like to basically be in my shoes and have your team be just absolute ass?
Let me take this one, Dev. Just let me take this one. We had a dynasty, all right? We had one. This is rebuilding time. We're gonna embrace the pain.
I
Welcome.
mean,
We're gonna embrace the pain. We need to ship out some people, get some assets in, rebuild, retool, build around Kirby Doc, since that was our centerpiece, which I love Kirby Doc to death, don't get me wrong, but we could have had, Zegras or other guys, I think. But yeah, it's tough right now, being a Hawks fan, because as a matter of fact, I think they just lost. Yep,
Yeah.
they just lost in overtime. Yep.
oh, they pushed it to overtime.
Mhm,
Dang.
they did push it to overtime, but yes, they just lost. So it's tough being a Hawks fan right now. But you have to remember the glory days of 2010, 2013, 2015, back when all the cups were coming in. So 3 cups in 5 years
And just think, one shitty GM, and now look where
Yes.
Chicago's at. Because I mean,
Bowman.
he shipped out Panarin and Teravainen.
Teravainen, yes.
I mean, when they came in, they were, because they got a cup with us in 15, right?
Panarin didn't.
I thought-
Teravainen did.
Okay.
Panarin came in the year after, I believe.
Okay, so I looked at those plays. I'm like, this is the future of Chicago right here. And then see you guys later.
See you guys later.
Oh, well, that was cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's tough when the best player on your team, and Patrick Kane, when they ask him who he wants to play with, and they say Artemi Panarin after you traded him away, you messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to
know you messed
hear some hockey trade rumors that I heard today on the Chicklets pod?
Sure, we always talk about the Chicklets pod.
Kaner and Panarin are going to be teammates again.
I think they need to trade away Kane, personally.
That's what
I love Patrick Kane's my favorite player. Love him through and through. I'll follow him wherever he goes, but my heart will still lie with the Hawks. So, but I believe that they need to trade away Kane, and I would love if he would retire there as a Hawk and play every game as a Hawk. But I think he deserves to go for another cup. I think the Hawks could get a lot back for him. I think it would just be beneficial to the player and the organization and whoever he's going to help out. I think that would be.
So I heard that he'll go to end up to New York, but it'll be like a 3-team deal,
Probably
like a 3-team trade. That way Chicago doesn't eat all of his salary, but they'll have to retain some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that way he'll get to play with Panarin again and hopefully get another cup run.
Yes, I know he wants to play with Panarin again. So
And then
Is it Islanders or Rangers?
Rangers.
Ooh,
So that would be pretty nice to see. And then
that'd be a good team. That's Rangers aren't terrible, are they?
no,
Or they
No.
kind of
They're like
middling right now,
mid-pack,
aren't they?
like
Yeah.
they're fighting for a playoff spot. If that was to happen, I think the Rangers would have to give up Lafreniere or Capo Caco, one of the two, to meet trade value, a first-round pick at least, maybe a couple.
You're
firsts,
giving up a
actually.
first. You're giving away at least a two first round picks.
I'd say
for Patrick
probably
Kane.
2 first-round picks and then like a Caco or like a Lafreniere or something like that. It's
Yeah.
definitely a good prospect and a couple firsts for sure. So that,
Yes.
but if you involve another team, maybe whatever from them, and then Patrick Kane goes back the other way. So which I think would be a great deal. I mean, if you could trade away for some prospects, for some draft picks, that'd be money. That'd be
Hockey
money.
talk on the Race Ready Media
Yes,
podcast.
hockey talk, guys. I love hockey, man. That's my sport. So.
All right. So
Hold on. I didn't get my question to Dev.
Uh-oh.
Dev, my question to you. How do I word it? Why you no good at golf?
I'm just not. I don't know.
This whole Q&A has just been a flame on Devin's golf game.
No, that's not really my question. My real question is, what was your initial thought when the club head went further than the ball on the back nine of the last time we played together? And dude has used his 3-wood as a driver the rest of the day.
And what's funny is I was out driving Hunter with a 3-wood.
He was out driving me with a 3-wood, but I'm also very bad at
it wasn't the first time that it's happened, so it sucked that it was my driver, but it's not like I hadn't seen something like that happen before. I was just more like, son of a bitch, like now I'm down another club. And it was funny because Hunter had been bitching all day, like, I suck at this game, like I'm never gonna play again, yada yada yada. And
typical golf golf talk.
The crazy thing is, like, I barely like scraped the ground with the driver and the club head just launched,
dude.
And I was kind of like joking about, like laughing about it, like, oh, like, yeah, like this is kind of funny, but deep down I was just like
eating at you,
bitch. So I like shoved the golf shaft back in my bag. I throw the club head in the back of the cart, and I sit down in the car, look at Hunter. I said, I don't want to hear you bitch for the rest of the fucking day because I just lost my driver. And he's like, didn't. Like, you got it.
I didn't. I was like, I can't even imagine. All I could think about was the Happy Gilmore scene where, whoa, the club went further than the ball.
Oh, dude.
That's all I could think about.
That was about the only thing that didn't just keep me from just absolutely losing, was just that the fact that, like, it's just so funny that you can't really, like, yeah, you can be mad about it, but
I mean, you just got.
I don't take golf that serious to be like just rage about it.
Right. Well, that was question time. See you guys. This could be you guys with us answering your questions instead of us asking each other questions. So it could always be fun if you guys would just send in some questions.
For the love of God, please.
For the love of God, please answer questions because that was painful. Anyways.
All right. So speaking of things that fly.
Speaking of things that fly, Supercross. Yes. I did watch
Chase Sexton and Cooper Webb.
I did watch that.
Yeah,
that was bad.
That was tough.
That.
So it was
bad, like really bad.
Did Cooper just miss the jump? Because he was coming up and then
he tried the top of the jump. I think they called it something.
He was gonna try and triple it, and Sexton was doubling him. But
okay.
But yeah, so like it looked just It just I didn't like the way Sexton's it ripped Sexton's jersey and like
burned him.
He got some Dunlop on his back basically.
Yeah, it looked pretty gruesome.
Yeah, so Tomac won again, but Anderson bonked himself. So that was.
And did Malcolm finish second?
Yeah, Malcolm ran second.
Dude, like, how about that? I mean, yeah, a lot happened where a lot of riders wiped out, but I mean, dude, like, he was up front all main, and like he was running third, I think, for the whole feature, and then luckily Anderson had
not luckily. I'm a Jason Anderson stan, Team Fried. Anyway,
fair enough,
dude. How about, like, what happened to him? Like, he falls down.
He
thinks he's in like Anaheim.
Yeah, he fell down. Like, I guess like I don't know if he like caught her up, but like he like landed and then like he like went to gas it and like just like it like the rear wheel like just didn't grab and just like and like he just like plopped and hit his head. Like he hit his head hard, but he's gonna race.
Cooper's
racing, and they're all still racing. So
crazy.
Which is good,
I think
because
crazy mofos.
Motocross guys are like also
dumb.
very comparable. They're dumb, but they're also comparable to hockey guys. Like they'll race through injury, they'll play through, and hockey guys will play through injury.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Did you see Cooper riding with one hand? I mean, like he wasn't at race speed, but yeah, he was literally just riding through the court, like the track.
Was he just like trying to get off the track, or?
No, he was just
trying to finish.
Stay out there. Yeah, he's trying to stay out there, finish, and
get.
Is he
the one that ripped his jersey?
No, that
He was the
was
one.
Different guy.
He was
was
the one that
Sexton.
landed on Sexton.
Oh, okay.
So
No, Sexton landed on him.
no, Webb landed on Sexton because how would Sexton's jersey rip?
Because his bike, whoever landed on who,
Oh yeah,
the bike
yeah,
went
yeah,
up above
yeah,
him, and
yeah,
so
yeah. Never mind. Leave it. Never mind. I'll shut up.
wow.
Sorry, that was
I just
sorry.
I just
sorry,
dunked on you
sorry,
with the
sorry.
Supercross.
I know
Yeah.
that's a first.
That's a
It's the only
first.
time you'll ever. It's the only time you'll ever dunk on me.
That's
Anyway.
fine. I did it once.
So yeah. So Tomac wins and Jet Lawrence won 250 and the sky is blue with that.
The
So
sky is blue.
So Jet Lawrence is gonna win 250s. Basically, is
course.
the thing here. But I mean, I like Jet Lawrence. He's fast
I don't have a problem with him
And-
because I don't know who he
and
is.
Australian.
I don't have a problem with him. Don't know who he is. They're at what, Indy this weekend?
Yeah, they're
Indianapolis this weekend, yep.
Indianapolis. So maybe I'll get to watch that since I don't think I have anything to do, except actually. Wait, do they race Saturdays?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yikes!
Well, so CBS on like Sunday afternoon, morning-ish, they do a replay.
I don't know if I'll be alive. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like coherent, because my brother gets home. My brother gets home tomorrow, and one of our buddies is coming up from Dallas, and it's about to be a bender this weekend. So like, I'm not sure if I'll be alive. Like, you know.
No, God, he's gonna have 2 beers and just he'd be off
Yeah.
of cloud 9, boys.
Yeah, 2 beers.
Sounds like this is the last podcast. I'll just
Nah,
tell
it's not the
Greg
last
to
podcast, but
not worry
hope-
about
We're
it.
gonna-
hopefully we can
We're gonna have to
some-
bail him out of jail for a DUI on a lime this weekend.
Oh my god, on a lime.
Yeah, I could see something like that happening just because you.
Probably.
Yeah.
And it's
Anyway,
St. Patrick's Day week, so
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
St. Patrick's Day
God.
week.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, time to drink, boys. Get those livers ready.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna have a pint of Guinness.
But all right, boys. The creme de la creme, if you will. Outlaws at Tulare this last weekend.
And it lived up to the
Yes,
hype per
It lived
usual.
up to the hype, dude. Oh my lord, Tulare was unreal.
Dude, Friday rocks.
Dude,
Friday was awesome.
was kick ass. It was so good,
hmm
dude.
poor Spencer, because he
Yeah.
probably had that deal locked up.
Yeah, he was rolling.
He should have won both nights if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
Kyle
crazy.
I don't-
Larson.
I don't know if anybody would stop Larson.
Well, it's just crazy how like because Spencer's from Indy, right?
Spencer's from
Yeah.
Indy.
Okay, and he just came into like Tulare and just said, "Hey, I'm good here." When you expect
I
like all the
thought-
Cali guys to be good there, which
Didn't
they
he run
were,
the? Didn't he run the 21 car, the Tarleton car out there for a little
Nah.
bit?
No, that was Macedo. Because he's got relation to
Yeah,
but
Tommy's his uncle.
Yeah, his uncle.
But I thought Baston ran the 21 car out there for like a little bit.
I don't
I
think
have
so.
no idea.
I think it was during like COVID year, and that's when everything like just stopped. Like he was supposed to run the 21 car, but I guess that didn't happen because of COVID. Anyway,
I don't know.
but yeah, so I mean, it's the CJB car has always been the CJB car is always fast at Tulare and Hobstadt. So, and Johnny Gibson pointed that out that they're always fast there. So I was like, like look at like just like thinking about it, like yeah, because Paul was fast at Tulare, Grabble was fast at Tulare, and Paul. But yeah, go.
Yeah.
Shout out Braden.
Shout out Braden McMahon for the freaking great content on TikTok. He makes some good TikToks. I'll give him that. He makes some good TikToks.
Just for being our buddy.
Yeah. Well, he don't really know me, but
It's okay.
we've drunk talked a few times at Chili Bowl, so that was pretty fun.
Well, that counts.
Right? Yeah, we're
Yeah.
friends in
Yeah.
in retrospect. But and then I guess they're at Merced this weekend, correct?
They're at
Yep.
they're at Merced this
Is
weekend.
it Friday and Saturday or just Saturday?
Ooh.
Good question. I
Regardless.
don't have the answer to, but they're in
Yes.
California.
They're in California. And then the midgets it was the Shamrock Classic.
Which is a joke.
Boo.
I don't like the Shamrock Classic, but who won Friday? T-Mez?
Mez and then
And then
CAG.
who?
Dude, but how about Chance Crum? Like,
Hold on, who
came
won Saturday?
from- Yeah,
Who?
Grant.
Oh, great. Okay, sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
watch
Chance
Saturday.
Crum came from like 11th to finish second,
Oh wow, good for him.
and he's only got 1 year in the midget.
Yeah, good for him.
So
That's good.
I mean, like I know it's the coin, and there's
Right, but
They're racing on a basketball court.
yeah,
are they
but I
actually?
mean, no,
I don't know.
Oh.
It looks like it though.
no.
Whatever.
But,
DeCoin used to be cool. Now it sucks.
But I mean, we'd be despised to be, one of Grady's friends and not give him a tip of the cap
100%.
Shout out Grady.
going out first weekend.
Hold on, hat shakes, hat shakes.
He got
Oh my
old
poor hair.
Ryan Ryan. They had a shot at winning that deal too, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, that was really cool. I'm just happy to see him back around the track and stuff now after his injury and stuff like that. It's just nice to see him back, and it's just a good presence to have around the track. I mean, even if he's into the car owner thing now, he's obviously can't race unfortunately, but it's definitely cool to see him at the track and being around everybody again and being, it's just a cool deal.
Yeah,
Back in his element where he needs to be.
Yes, absolutely. It's where he's happiest.
Exactly.
But
Anyway, so does USAT or does Power Ride come to Oklahoma this weekend? Or is that next week?
Oh shit! I didn't even
well,
look.
the micros are running this week because everybody's like.
Oh, so that's like the Rudine something. It's like a non-wing showcase event at Port.
Oh,
So I was
Okay, well, okay,
I
don't
was
care.
supposed to run it in my brother's car, but
well,
that's okay.
so Cole's running non-wing. Thanks.
I mean, it should
No
be
comments.
terrible.
Unfortunately, I won't be there. I'm spending time with family and friends this weekend, so no GoPro.
That's better
footage.
than that's going better than going to Port City.
No GoPro footage this weekend. Unfortunately, sorry guys, but I guess that would be. Is it Power Eye that comes to Tulsa?
Yeah,
I think
it
next
should
week
be
is-
And well, USAC
Turnpike,
does
isn't
too, but
That's
in
like
the-
2 weeks later.
the T-Town.
really.
Yeah, because that's like the event that Brady puts on.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
right. T-Town Showdown or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Turnpike Challenge is USAC, right?
No, that's
Turnpike
probably-
Challenge is Power Eye because that's 2 nights at 44 and then it's Creek 2 nights at 44 and then back up to Port.
Right. Well, what? So then, what's USAC's race?
Just
The
the
T-Town.
T-Town.
Oh, is that? Oh, and Brady promotes that.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So what's funny
But
to
that's
me
2 nights
is-
at Port, right? Friday, Saturday.
Yeah. What's funny to me is Wayne will always say that Port is a joke of a midget track and like midgets don't race well there, blah blah blah. But then the coin comes up like every time for like at the end of the year and the Shamrock, and he's like, man, I kind of wish we could go run the coin. I'm thinking the coin is fucking smaller than Port,
It's
dude.
worse
Like,
than Port.
if it's not smaller, they're pretty close. And I'm just thinking, we won't drive 4 miles to Port to race, but you'll drive 8 hours to DeCoin.
Yeah.
That's Wayne logic.
That's Wayne logic, but
Go
I
Wayne.
don't think that Port races well with midgets either. So I
don't either,
I'm
but
kind of a
I
stand
mean,
on that.
if we're gonna if he would wants to run DeCoin, I think we ought to be able to have me run Port.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just
I'm gonna tear up
Let,
this.
let Devin race.
let Debbie race.
Get that on a t-shirt.
Get it
Yeah.
on the t-shirt. Well, boys, we've covered everything I've got on my list.
Mhm.
I mean, the recording says an hour and 13 minutes, but
We lost everybody in our Q&A.
we lost everyone during the Q&A. Yes, if you're still here, drop a comment that says
Hashtag
Finish.
still here.
hashtag
Yeah.
still here or hashtag 3 for Dale.
Dale.
But yeah, if you're still here, we appreciate you making it this far. But yeah, next week.
Oh,
big-
shout out Janky Bobby for being one of our listeners.
Oh
Thanks,
yeah,
Bobby.
shout out Janky Bobby for being one of our listeners, dude, and give us that feedback, bro. Hell yeah, sick. I can't
Yeah.
believe you listen, bro. That's awesome.
Thanks, Bobby.
Thanks, Bobby.
He was the one that told me, he's like, you guys need to cut that shit down from an hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah, so we've been trying to keep it around 45.
What's the
because-
extra 15 minutes, Bobby?
Bobby? But But yeah, next week, big interview. Sorry, Bobby, it's gonna be a long one next week because of the interview. So, but
Yeah.
I'll throw in a chapter. I'll throw in chapters just for you, so you can skip to the interview if you really want to. But yeah, big interview next week with Greg Stump, correct?
Yep.
Oh, perfect.
It's like
Got it.
Stump, but with an F.
Stump. Okay.
Stump.
But yeah, big interview with Greg Stump next week. So stay tuned for that. If you have any questions for him, about some of the stuff he's done, I've dropped his Instagram and stuff in the bio, so that way you guys can go check it out. What all he's done. If you guys have any questions for him, let me know. Let us know. We can ask him. If you have any questions for the Q&A, let us know for sure. And I think we've wrapped everything up for this week. Can't wait to get to next week, get this interview. I can't wait. So shout out Lisa for also giving us a chance to interview her, which will be coming probably the week after.
Love you, Lisa.
Love you, Lisa. And boys, send us off for the night.
All right.
See ya.
Guys.
Later, guys.
Bye.